personal trains. 3 cleaning rules are back in effect. Greg and Rosanna.
Okay, Inez, thank you very much. Well, he's one of our favorite people in the universe, Joel Osteen. You can see him every week here on Channel 5. He is the pastor at Lakewood Church, and what's amazing to me, there's his wife Victoria, by the way, Rosanna, and here he is at, I think, Yankee Stadium.
Wow.
When he took over the church there at Lakewood, he didn't think he was up to the job. He succeeded his father. His father was
right.
like
Huge.
A big deal, but Joel didn't think he was up to it. He was more the AV guy behind the scenes. Well, look at him now. Not only does he pastor every week and go on the road with his Hope Tour, but he's a master author. His 7th book now?
Well, he's the author of 7 New York Times bestsellers, including his latest book, The Power of I Am. 2 words that he says will change your life, starting right now. I am Joel Osteen. Nice to have you back on
It's
today.
great to be with you guys. My pleasure.
So we all need this like spiritual adjustment. The power of I am.
Yeah.
Where is the power in that?
Yeah, the principle, Rosanna, is what follows the I am, I believe, will eventually follow you or find you. So if you go around saying, you know what, I am unlucky, I am tired, I'm unattractive, you're inviting the wrong things into your life. So what I try to encourage people is through the day, at least in your thoughts, I am blessed, I am strong, I am healthy, I am talented. I believe that's inviting the right things into your life.
You have to believe that, though.
Yeah.
Can you trick yourself into believing that?
Well, you know, from the scripture point of view, it says to let the weak say, I am strong. So it doesn't say to just describe your situation, because we could go around saying, you know what, I am bitter, I'm lonely, I am depressed, and I think that just draws in the wrong. So I don't know if it's called tricking you, but I believe you'll start to feel that over time. Because you got enough people in life and circumstances in life against you. When you're against yourself and your own thoughts, it's just going to pull you down.
And Joel, there's a basis for this in the Bible?
Yeah, it does. It all comes from the scripture. And again, like I said, let the weak say I'm strong. And then I go through 17 different I ams in there and just talk about what the scripture says about it.
In the book you say, the messages you send out, but if you see yourself less than, not talented, not valuable, that's the way others will see you. Perhaps if you would change the opinion you have of yourself, if you would quit focusing on your flaws and everything you wish was different, if you would quit comparing yourself to somebody else.
Yeah.
Somebody else. That's, you know,
yeah.
you'll find that you're just as good as anybody else if you stop looking at everybody else.
Because there's always somebody more talented, somebody more beautiful, and it's easy to, again, to be against yourself. So I think that's, you know, I said it there, I guess, already, but it's important.
A couple of matters of business here. If you want to meet Joel, and a lot of people do, they all come out for your book signings. Let's go through them. You've got several in our area. Okay, Barnes & Noble. That is today at noon. You may have to wait online for a while, folks, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next one, please. We got another one, I think, coming up in Jersey. All right, this is tonight at 6:30. Joel, your hand, I hope it's well rested. You'll be signing a lot of folks.
And don't forget on October 16th for a Night of Hope at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Is that sold out yet?
Well, the night one was, so we added a matinee at 2:30.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh my, so you have 2?
We have 2. Yeah.
Wow.
Excellent, Joel.
Well, let me ask you something. I mean, you're all over the country. You're preaching at your church. You're writing books. There's got to be days where you wake up and you're exhausted, and maybe you need a little help to remember who you are.
Yeah, I think we all do. No matter who you are, there's days you get up and you think, I don't feel like going to work. I don't feel like writing another message. But I try to practice what I preach. I get up and I find something to be grateful for. Because, you know, you can have 1,000 things going wrong, but I think, you know what, God, I'm healthy, and thank you that my children are blessed. Changes your perspective, and I think, too, if you go out and do something good for somebody else, you know, make somebody else smile, open the door for them. If you get your mind off your own problems, I believe life goes better.
Joel, there were some controversial pastors who came way before you on television, and sometimes they see one on TV and they don't give you the benefit of the doubt. They associate you with all those guys.
Yeah.
But your sermon is different to me.
Well, I think we do have to, you know, a lot of people are cynical or skeptical of TV preachers, but I don't try to make mine super, you know, religious or filled with doctrine. I talk about how to live everyday life and what the scripture says about forgiving and having good attitudes and, you know, reaching your dreams. And I think that's what relates to people.
Also, you might get a laugh. Joel, sometimes we put you on the spot for a joke. Here's a classic from every sermon you start with a joke. Here's Joel.
I like to start with something funny, and I heard about this 92-year-old man. He wasn't feeling up to par, and he went to the doctor for a checkup. few days later, the doctor saw him out walking in the park. And he had this beautiful young lady by his side, and he seemed as happy as can be. And the doctor said, "Wow, you sure are feeling a lot better, aren't you?" He said, "Yes, doctor, I'm just taking your orders. You said get a hot mama and be cheerful." The doctor said, "I didn't say that. I said you got a heart murmur. Be careful."
That's cute.
Good
That's
stuff,
cute.
Joel. Now listen, Joel, we've been talking, I guess, we go back years now. You've been coming to Good Day New York. You're always the same Joel. And you've got a lot of success.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm any different than I was 16 years ago when I was behind the camera like these guys today. I just, you know what, I feel, in a sense, I don't feel any happier. I was fulfilled back then, but I feel like, you know, you can go down a lot easier than you came up. You have to treat people right and be the same, stay humble, recognize, you know, God's the one that gives us favor to be where we are.
Do you ever worry?
I used to worry a lot more, especially when I took over from my dad, because I thought, man, how am I going to raise the money, and why are these people going to listen to me? I've never been to, you know, I don't have all this experience and all, but I've gotten much better at it, because I think, Rosanna, I've looked at many of the things I worried about. I realized they all worked out. You know, some in my favor, some not, but even the doors that closed, God had something better. So I have gotten a lot better at, you know what, I'm pretty good at not worrying now. I just try to stay in that place of peace. I found when you're in peace, it's a place of power. You know, when you're stressed and frustrated and mad at your neighbor and, you know, mad because of the traffic, it's taking away all the energy, all the power that you need for that day to accomplish your own dreams.
Joel, make your case again, if you could, for those, you know, oh, Joel Osteen, he's got it made. He's on the New York Times bestseller list. Everybody watches a TV show. You know, I've got real problems, and they're not imaginary, and they're not going away with positive thinking right now, at least.
Yeah, well, I believe, Greg, the flip side is, okay, you can get bitter and discouraged and be angry, and life's too short to live that way. So again, I would go back to say, I believe it's a test we have to pass to say, I'm going to be happy where I am before we can get to where we're supposed to be. It doesn't mean you're jumping up and down. If you got, you know, diagnosed with cancer, you lost your job, but you got to come back to that place of peace to say, okay, God, I don't understand it, but I'm not going to be bitter. I'm going to be content. I'm going to find something to be grateful for. I believe that's what opens the door for God to take us places that we'd never dreamed.
Wow. Okay. You know, we all need that, because every now and then we just get bogged down with our own problems and we don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, and we just have to realize that there's a greater plan for us, right?
It really is, and so much of life is about perspective, because, you know, as bad as, you know, some of us may have it or some people may have it, you know, somebody else has it worse. So you just got to say, okay, you know what, I'm fighting this battle, but I'm gonna be grateful for what I do have.
Well, Rosanna and I really want to be on the New York Times bestseller list somehow. And something tells me if we ever make it there, we're not going to be as grounded as you.
I told you about that chapter. You can't focus on other people.
That's
you have to
right.
worry about yourself.
I'm desperately worried about myself all the time.
The Power of I Am. I will share this book with you.
Okay. Pastor Joel Osteen, thank you very much. Our best to Victoria and your kids, by the way. Can you tell us real quick about your kids?
Yeah, Jonathan's 20. He's at University of Texas studying radio, television, film. Our daughter's a senior, and they love music. They do all the Nights of Hope with us. There's some of them there. And so just felt blessed that, you know, we have our kids, and they come along with us, not on this book tour, but all the other events, they come with us. So I'm blessed to have my family with us. And Victoria's probably watching right now, and she loves you guys.
Hi, Victoria.
Hey.
Hope Joel takes you somewhere nice for lunch.
Joel Osteen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Great
you
being
again.
with you always.
The Power of I Am, out right now.